What if a song sounded its best when performed by somebody else? Would you still be content as the writer, or would you crave the performance?
Ooh.
REDVOX, hello. It's very nice to have you on Beluga Pod today. Thank you for joining us. First of all, I want to know where the name comes from, REDVOX.
Okay, so you probably can't tell now, but I am a natural ginger. So my hair is red.
I cannot tell, no.
So I've got a bit of purple in it now. But I'm kind of getting lighter as I get older, so I'm getting to have more fun. I'm getting blonder. So I had ginger hair, and the Vox is from vocals. So it came REDVOX, as in...
Okay, it makes sense.
Ginger vocals, I suppose. So, yeah.
Great, okay. So you're not planning on changing your name to like Pink Vox at any point?
Oh, no, who knows? Who knows? But no.
Okay, not yet. Depending on the colour next.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about your music and how you're finding the scene here in Brighton and all. But also, outside of music, you do law. You're a lawyer, right? And I imagine music probably balances out the stress and the intensity of that job. So can you tell us a little bit about that, how you managed both things?
Yeah, so I've always done sort of bits and bobs of music, but I was first and foremost a singer, and I've always really liked that from when I was younger, but I was quite shy with it. But when I got confident enough, I was into musicals and things like that. So, and that came to sort of come out later more in like singing with a band. I did a covers band and a function band, but I've always had a day job. And I wanted to do law. I think I liked it because it kind of applies to everything, so it kind of makes sense. So yeah, when you've been sat in an office all day or at home, plugging away at that, reading things, noticing things, pointing risks out and all that kind of thing, it's nice to do something very positive and write about other things and sing songs and meet people. Yeah, and it's a great scene here in Brighton and Hove to be able to do that. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. What kind of law do you do?
So I mainly do contracts, really interesting. No, but I find them interesting. But so it's mainly contract law, but I'm not working in a firm of solicitors, so I'm not what we call private practice. Okay. I'm a company's lawyer, so there's one of me. So I do contracts, but you can get anything, and then sometimes we might have to ask for some outside help. But that keeps it interesting as well. And It's nice to have that job in Brighton because I used to have to go to London.
Okay, yeah, so that definitely makes it a bit easier. And your musical journey involves a lot of function work, from what you've told me as well. So you're playing weddings and corporate events. Did you enjoy that work? Is that something you still do?
I did really, really enjoy it because, as I say, I started to play instruments when I was very young. I did a bit of piano, I did a bit of violin and a bit of flute, but I kind of gave it up. I'm not too good at the kind of attention span, diligence type thing.
Like a true musician.
Yeah, absolutely. Jack of all trades, all of that. So, but because of that, I learned to read music, which was really, really useful. So I always liked singing, but I was quite shy. And so I started to, audition for school productions and things like that. And I did, I was one of the henchmen in Bugsy Malone. I think that was my first one.
Nice.
And then I got to do Tallulah later on in university. And then from that, I thought I wanted to continue the singing, but do not just the kind of musical theatre stuff, but, sing with a band, with a live band. And again, I was in Birmingham at the time, which is where I'm from, and I auditioned for a band, and we did that for about 7 years. And so I really liked that because I got used to, the noise of the drums and a couple of guitars and bass. And, you do have to kind of manage people as well at a wedding, old Auntie Flo's had a bit too many sherries or whatever at the end of the night.
Definitely.
So I loved all of that. And then, but I think in the back of my mind, I always wanted to play something and maybe write some music. So I had lots of friends who did that kind of thing. So, I got a guitar a little while ago and started to do that.
Yeah, I was going to ask, how did you transition into songwriting from that world?
Well, I used to live in London, and when I came to live by the seaside, a bit like a lot of people, I had a big life change. I call it my pandemic life crisis. 2020, I had a big life change. I was living in London, decided to move to the seaside, and just before that, I'd started messing around with a guitar and doing little bits and bobs and just learning some songs. just some songs started to come to me actually. So I thought, well, let's have a go at this. But I hadn't really performed any live. And because of the lockdown and everything, I started to do some online open mics, which was really good because you're kind of in the comfort of your own home, trying things out.
Did you find that easier than actually coming out to play an open mic at the time?
Yeah, I think so, because I was used to performing, so, microphone, loads of people, whatever, but you've suddenly got this thing that you're worried about, and nervous about, and not only am I going to play it right, but where's the microphone, where am I standing, that kind of thing.
Exactly, yeah. The intimacy of that situation already makes it so much more stressful than playing to like a whole theatre crowd or anything like that, doesn't it? I'm exactly the same. I cannot do open mics. I can do 5,000 people in the crowd, can't do an open mic though.
I remember I used to have families sitting around a table, give us a song, and I was like, oh no, I was like, put me on the stage.
I have a thing.
Put me on the stage. If you've got 5,000 people, I don't know the words, I'll talk about something, I'll sing a song, round the kitchen table, no,
Yeah, I completely understand that. So, what's your sort of aim with it? Do you have any ambitions for it, or is it just more for your sort of personal satisfaction?
Bit of both, really. I think I always had this thing where I'd love to have enough songs to do a set, which I do have now, and one day to actually put that into an album, whether I do it myself, whatever, just to have that piece of something that I've created. And I love the idea of that, and collaborating with other musicians as well, if possible. But yeah, I do like the performing aspect as well. So I think... who knows, maybe I'll be a famous star one day, I don't know, but it's not so much about that. It's about creating the thing and performing live and getting comfortable with that. I think I'm there now, and, being able to play with other people and play in bands. And so kind of the same feeling I got when I was doing the covers of a function band, which I still love doing, but be able to do that with original music as well. So I think that's kind of the goal for me.
Yeah, and it adds a more personal layer, obviously, because it's things that you've written.
Yeah.
And obviously you've done excessive performances in your life. Is there a highlight in all that journey that you would say? I'd imagine a tough question if you've done a lot of performances in different aspects of the industry as well, like theatre and functions and now originals. What would your highlight be?
Oh, it's so hard because it's different things. I mean, once, even though the whole show was very unusual, shall we say, I did this thing where I performed at the Palladium once, and it was a song from Jesus Christ Superstar that I sang with somebody else. It was kind of all the people performing were not famous, and it was put together by somebody, but I still got to perform at the Palladium. So I think that in the kind of musical sense. But I have to say, since coming here and getting to do, over the last couple of years, a couple of times in the Brunswick and the Bee's Mouth and other venues, I've played a set of my own songs, and to have actually finally done that, the first time I did that was amazing for me, and I really, really, really enjoyed that.
Oh, that's great, for sure. So the open mics that you play, because you play quite a few of them around Brighton, and is that the main way that you've sort of inserted yourself in the scene here in this city, through the open mics? Yeah,
I think so. So when I had moved here and I hadn't really done that much performing of my own material, I went along to a couple, and then you meet other people. So I met Boots McMahon and I met Suzanne Gailey, two people that people will probably know very well from this scene, and we put on some gigs together. So that's... And to do that, obviously, you want to promote those at open mics. I live very close to the Neptune, so I sometimes do that. And I've been here to the Southern Bell, and that was amazing when you asked me to play here.
And we have enjoyed having you.
Yeah.
Great.
So I think it's a really good outlet, and there's lots of opportunity to do different kinds of gigs with different people. And then, obviously, you've got Brighton as well, and, there's all sorts of pubs there. So I think it's very inclusive. It's a great community, and I think it gives people the confidence to have a go. Which is brilliant.
Definitely. Would you take a song to an open mic that you feel hasn't been completed yet, or are you one of these performers that will
all the time?
So you play songs that you haven't yet completed. Would you know if a song is completed?
It's a weird one, isn't it? Because, as I say, going back to the attention span things, you need to play lots, you need to keep drilling these songs, and then, you find nuances to them that improve them or change them as you do that. But I'm one of these people that I would love to say I'm there every night practicing for half an hour all of my songs, but I don't. I work, come home and eat, telly, whatever it might be, listening to music. So I think for me, I have to try them when they might be not quite I'm not sure how they're going to be completed because I don't think I'd ever get there if I didn't.
Fair
and it's
enough,
part
yeah.
of the process, I think, for me.
So part of the process would be
Yeah.
taking it out and seeing how it works or what works
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
Okay, amazing. So yeah, what would you say is the sign that tells you that the song is completed and then you can leave it and move on to the next one?
Yeah, it's a funny one. I think performing them, you get to a point where you just don't want to change them anymore. You know, that you might not add that extra flourish, or you do. And when you get to that point, and also, I hate to say it, it's not getting bored with it, but when I think that I might not need to play that for a while and I'm trying other stuff, that it's definitely as it's going to be. With myself, I mean, you know, I suppose you might end up then collaborating with somebody else, and I don't know, and I suppose that could happen. But it's when you get to that point where I think I'm not practicing it live to see what's going to happen with it, and then I kind of know when that kind of just happens naturally, that you start playing it the same. The same as with the covers band, because without knowing it, you do put your own flourishes on songs, and then you suddenly get to a point where you've been doing it the same and you realise you've been doing that, and then you might play the original and it's different and you didn't even know you were doing it.
Yeah,
kind of
exactly.
something. Yeah.
Great. And taking it back to the musical theatre side of things a little bit. So a little birdie told me that you love Disney. And as a fellow Disney lover, I would like to ask you if you've got a specific Disney film that is your favourite, or a song from Disney that's your favourite. And I'm particularly excited for this question because we can bond over this.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think the one that really did it for me, and it's very Marmite for people, was The Lion King.
Oh, no, I get that.
The
I
Lion
totally
King.
get that.
I've not listened to all of his albums, but I've always really liked Elton John as a songwriter, because I think I like things that have got keys in. You know, I love guitar music, you have that all the time, but I'm a sucker for something that's got lots of keys in it. So he did the soundtrack, didn't he? So I loved the songs.
And every single song is incredible in that film.
It is. But what's my favourite Disney song? Oh, God, there's so many, isn't there?
I know, it's such a tough question. I can name about 5 of them.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I really like Go the Distance from Hercules, which I've just seen.
Yes.
Because that's a great... I like the big emotive ones, you know. And I think I've seen both Moanas, obviously, so I was very excited about those. There's one called, is it Go Beyond or Beyond or something in the second one? It's all about finding your way and everything like that. So, you know, the big ballady ones, you know, the big
the proper,
ones.
the powerful pieces.
They're the ones for me, yeah.
Phil Collins also wrote all the soundtrack for Tarzan as well. And that's a really, really good soundtrack for that film as well.
Yeah.
So some amazing songwriting going on in Disney in general. Yeah. And it's nice to also see sort of rock legends that are coming in and collaborating with the musical theatre thing, you know?
That's it, because, I mean, I think, you know, it's people have these boxes that they're in, and I think there is an argument for, you know, if you're good at something, keep doing it because you're very good at it. But, you know, these are great musicians, great songwriters. They're going to be able to turn their hands to different things. So talking about big ballady songs, you know, you talked about Phil Collins, so I also love power ballads. That's my other... big thing. So I love he's Against All Odds, his song Against All Odds. Anyway, so I digress a little.
Oh, it's fine. It's all about songwriting, so no digression at all. And taking it back to you, what can we expect from you in the near future with your own music as well?
Yeah, so I've been playing around with a couple of new songs, which is good because it takes me a little while, as I say. You know, I'm not the diligent one every day practicing. But speaking of Suzanne Gailey, she is putting on a gig on the 21st of November at the Bee's Mouth, and there are 5 female singer-songwriters, and she's kindly invited me to play, and it's a gig in aid of the British Red Cross.
Okay.
So that's the next kind of full gig I'm doing. I regularly do, well, I say regularly, probably every couple of months, you know, the Lewis Road Inn on a Wednesday night. So they kind of have a showcase night. I'm doing that on the 8th of October. So I'm hoping to do some open mics between, you know, over the next couple of months, get those songs up to speed. I mean, I'll do them anyway, and play those. So that I'm aiming for the big gig with Suzanne.
Oh, amazing. Yeah. And do you have any releases, any recording that you're doing at the moment?
Not at the moment. It is something that I want to explore. I did a couple of years ago, and I always bring it out when it's coming up to Halloween. I did do a song that's on Bandcamp and Spotify and all the other platforms. It's an EP, and it's a song about the film Let the Right One In, do you know the Swedish film?
No, I don't think I've seen it.
It's
no.
kind of got a vampire base to it. So,
Oh, nice.
But it's about a connection between two young people. So I've got a song called Vampiric, and I do a cover of a song from the Rocky Horror Show. And that's on an EP called Let Me In. So that's out at the moment, but I'll be looking to do maybe something else over the next 6 months, I think.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, we're excited for it. It's going to be great.
Thank you.
So this is the part of the interview where I ask you the what if question.
Okay.
And all you need to do is just give me a number from 1 until 8, and then we'll discuss it.
4, please.
4. Okay. I'm excited for this question. So, what if a song sounded its best when performed by somebody else? Would you still be content as the writer, or would you crave the performance?
Ooh, I don't know. I think that as much as, I'm doing songwriting now and I love that and I'm really pleased I'm doing it, I've always been a sucker for a good performance. So I think I'd go with that because obviously the songwriter always gets the credits and all of that, and as they should, but you can put real power into something by having a completely different slant of it. And I think it can be just as an important piece of art, really.
Yeah. So you wouldn't be as content with just being in the background and sort of written the song, but you'd want to actually portray it in your own way.
I think so, yeah.
Fair enough, yeah. Fair enough. That's completely understandable. Okay, and you're going to play a song for us as well.
Yes.
Do you want to give any insights on what the song is about, or do you want to just leave it for the listeners to interpret?
I mean, you probably interpret it, but I think it's quite a nice little insight into me. So I'll give it a bit of an explanation. But it's just been festival season, and I love festivals. I played my first little one in Arundel this year, so that was great. But that's something I'd love to do more of. And I love if you stay up all night at a festival, which I might have done a few times.
As you do.
I love that kind of calm before the morning, before the sunrise, and just that open space. So it's kind of a lullaby-esque song, but it's about that sort of joy of staying up all night at a festival.
Oh, amazing. Great. Well, we can't wait to hear it. It's going to be great. Thank you so much for coming in. We'll let you play your song now.
Okay. Thanks for inviting me. It's a pleasure.
You.
I want to stay up, stay up. Don't play up, play up. This is my time before sunrise. I want to stay up, stay up. I want to stay up, stay up. I won't play up, play up. I won't lose it. Gonna use it. I wanna stay up, stay up. I'm just gonna sit over here with my new friend so dear, and we'll make time for ridiculous and sublime. It started in the palace next door and extended to the grassy floor. The circle grows and the games begin. Come along, day's the best part of night. In the cool dawn light, we can touch the sky. A unicorn is riding so high, but oh so at ease in this blissful tease. Oh, oh, oh. Gonna take me some time in the morning sunshine. It's my new plan with my breakfast can. Can I stay up, stay up? Come along, day's the best part of the night. Oh, in the cool dawn light, we can touch the sky. A unicorn is riding so high, but oh so at ease in this blissful tease. Oh, oh, oh. Let's stay up, stay up. Let's bring the day up, day up. If it's moving, this is soothing. Let's stay up, stay up. 'Cause it's a moment that'll never repeat. But it's good that I'm warm in the seat. Because tonight I'll probably do it again.